Dear students, today we are going to discuss Bronte Sisters and their iconic writing style. Their novels are included in the list of top 100 best literary works of all times. This is a kind of literature that every educated person should be familiar with. Bronte Sisters have mastered the art of storytelling. It's not rare that the talent runs in the family, but this run is one of the most successful of all times. Charlotte, Emily, and Annie Bronte made the world of novelists of that time shake in wonder. Their stories didn't have the main focus on men, they were picturing the life of many people. But the center of attention was a strong and dedicated woman. It was an utter success. Please find the time and desire to read their books, and you will also find the passion in them. The Bronte sisters have rather individualistic styles. Each of them managed to create a very prominent feature of the narrative. They are recognizable and adored all over the world. However, there are some common traits that you can find in the works of the trio. It's the way that they turn the life of a person into a story that captivates you completely and wouldn't let go until you read it till the end. You know that this book is good and this author is talented when you sacrifice your sleep and lunch because of the thirst that you have. You just need to know more and more. Any of their works can be reviewed by writers with ease. So it's no wonder that you can spot some similar feature in the works of Bronte sisters. They were very close and were coming up with all kinds of fantastic stories while playing. The mother's death influenced the girls greatly, and you can see a reflection of this event in some of their novels. If you want to know more about these events and surrounding that were inspiring for the mega talented sister, so we are going to discuss like that one. So first of all is Charlotte Bronte. I highly doubt that there is a person on this planet who has never heard the name of Jane Eyre. They might not know who she was and what she was famous for, but the name itself is quite recognizable. The novel became a huge success and it is still stealing hearts of millions of people of all ages from all over the world. Jane Eyre is written in the form of an educational novel. Describes a long and painful life path of the main character. A reader can follow her through everything she experiences. What is more, this novel is written in the first person, so we do sympathize her at such a personal level. When we are talking about the other works of the Charlotte Bronte, it's worth mentioning that they are written in a pretty simple language. You feel like that's the way people were actually talking back in that day. Of course, some phrases may sound, but that was just a form of polite conversation. Some literary critics praise the author for the spontaneity of the style and straightforwardness towards her readers. So the number second is Emily Bronte. She wrote only one novel, but its worth is hundred of works created by dozen of other authors. Wuthering Heights and its passionate, captivating style will make you compare this novel to each and every one that you have already read, and you will fail to find a book that would be equal to this masterpiece, taking into consideration its characters, language, and the whole storyline. Don't forget that we are talking about the Victorian era here. It was hard for women to stand their ground and to show that they were worth being called prominent writers. In addition to this, Emily Bronte described some serious vices of the historical time, hypocrisy, like and between the social classes, gender inequality, everything is so dramatic and spicy. So the third one is Anne Bronte. Her most famous and praised work, The Tenet of Wildfall Hall, was an immediate success. Literary critics also claim that it was the most shocking novel among all Bronte sisters' books. Why so? As you know, from history classes or at least from romantic movies about the Victorian era, it was a rather prudish time and the society had way too many prejudices. People were framed in and by a certain type of behavior. This one and only type was acceptable in peoples. So Anne Bronte work was phenomenal mainly because she was brave and reckless enough to write about alcoholism and many other things. For the religious English society, it was way too much to handle. Nevertheless, the reader loved the book and it became an instant hit. It was the second and the last novel written by the youngest Bronte. This novel was supposed to be republished after the author's death, but her sister Charlotte Bronte wouldn't let this happen. Jealousy, perhaps? Well, we'll never know, but what we know for sure is that these ladies were extremely cool and that they share very powerful feminist ideas through their novels. Thank you.